Hey everyone, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. If you're like me, you probably had to step away from the Panthers game for a little bit. I told you earlier today that I would talk a little bit about this week's upcoming storm. If you've been outside today, you know the Arctic air is here. It's frigid. Temperatures are running about 15 to 20 degrees below average. Our system we're watching is right now here over parts of Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, even parts of Colorado, and even Kansas. For us, big Arctic area of high pressure. I mean, look at these temperatures. Here we are at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, and temperatures are running in the 20s and 30s, and even well down into the south, temperatures are running in the 40s right now. Wanted to show you how things are going to progress here over the next couple of days as we head towards that big travel day going into Wednesday. I'm going to turn off everything here. We're going to flip on just our model data so we can see how things are going to unfold. This is the GFS model, which I'm leaning towards right now because the solution, at least the track and stuff, are starting to make more sense with the GFS than any other model. A couple things you'll notice here. We'll put the model overlay on so you get a good idea on where our system is. Big area of high pressure up here to the north. We'll go out into the future here, and again, just see the color coding. These are your precipitation types. Blue is snow, orange is sleet, red is freezing rain or ice, and obviously green is rain. So we'll go out to tomorrow. We'll start getting towards tomorrow morning. You can see the precipitation starting to move into our general direction. We still got an area of high pressure sitting over us. As we go through the afternoon, the initial moisture is going to have a tough time moving in, but I do think by tomorrow night, Monday night, we're going to start to see some moisture moving in. A lot of this will evaporate before it reaches the ground, which means we're going to see some evaporative cooling, which should further cool the atmosphere and allow the surface layer to get cold enough that we're going to see this start as ice, maybe even in around Charlotte. It won't last long as ice because the warm air aloft is going to overwhelm things and actually will rain warm air down to the surface. Now, it's going to be warm is all relative. We're talking maybe upper 30s, low 40s. This is not going to be a really warm event. It's just warmer than freezing in this case. So as we go through the overnight hours, we get towards Wednesday morning, it actually becomes mostly all rain by Wednesday. So if you're traveling, this is Tuesday afternoon, not Wednesday. Mainly Tuesday afternoon, this is all rain. So you're looking at rain, 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 pretty much all day Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, we start to see the cold air try to wrap back around the backside. So by the time we get into Wednesday morning, we may see a little mix in on the backside. You can see on the backside of our system, we're going to see a little wintry weather. So Tuesday is an all-day downpour, cold rain, actually maybe enough to even cause flooding in some locations. That's the kind of precipitation we're talking about. So it's at the tail end here that we may see a little wintry weather. Now we're getting into Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And so travelers going north on I-77 or west on 40, look at the snow you'll be running into the mountains or heading up into Virginia. And the later we get on Wednesday, the colder it gets. So we may actually see a little icy, snowy, rainy mix even across the Piedmont. But by this time, the moisture is moving out, so we're not looking at a lot of precipitation. So by the time we get to basically 1 o'clock in the morning, Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, the main precipitation has moved out, and basically we just have northwest flow snow, which will continue in the mountains. But you can see Wednesday, especially late in the day, you're going to be driving into some wintry weather heading north or west, whereas Tuesday, right now, that looks like all rain. So let's look at some of the other model parameters. We'll start off with the GFS again. I just showed it to you, so here's another recap as the system moves through. Pretty much straightforward. European, or the GFS snowfall. The GFS snowfall, a lot of this is initially some sleet or freezing rain, and then on the back end we may see a dusting to an inch. These totals are probably, in my opinion, well overdone, but you're looking at maybe a tenth of an inch dusting to a half an inch. European model, very similar with the precipitation. This is just liquid here, how much rain is going to move in. You can see pretty heavy amounts moving across. That translates into some decent snows on the European, maybe about a half an inch or so. You can see areas around Charlotte, half an inch to dusting. And again, the ground's going to be really warm. It's going to have rain for a better part of a day, so we'll have a tough time getting to stick. And one of my favorite things I look at is something we call the ensembles, or SHREF for short. You can see this is basically going out into Wednesday and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see the chance of rain is 100%. The red, it basically amounts to the chance of freezing rain. Very small chance initially, but at the end you see the blue uptick. Very quick shot of snow at the very tail end of this system. So right now what we're looking at is more rain than anything, but because of the timing of this wintry mix, we'll go back to our graphic here. Again, just so you know the time frame here, I'm getting into late Wednesday into Wednesday evening, and this is Wednesday at 7 p.m. So imagine if you're traveling at 7 p.m. Wednesday night north, where you've got snow, sleet, ice, or west through the mountains. This is the time period we're going to see the worst kind of weather. So don't count on a lot of snow in the Charlotte area or ice or even a big impact. This is really more a travel concern because you can see this low is going to move up the coast, and look at all that snow and ice in the northeast. So the big concern for traveling right now is definitely going to be that Wednesday night time frame. And don't forget, we're going to get a lot of rain out of this, so this is going to be a good soaker. So give a chance today or early tomorrow. Go clean those storm drains. Get some of the leaves away from some of the drains around your house and even out on the street, because we're going to see a pretty good soaking rain. Because remember, all day Tuesday is going to be a soaking cold rain. And this is some heavy rain that's going to be moving in. So I'll keep an eye on how things trend. But right now, as I said last week, I'll say it again today. If you have travel plans late Wednesday, pack patience, give yourself extra time, and count on some delays and slow going. I'll try to do another update tonight or early tomorrow if things change dramatically. Of course, always follow me on Facebook, Twitter, WCNC.com, and of course, Megan will have the latest on TV tonight at 6 and 11 on NBC Charlotte.